go?
No, not yet.
What about now?
Wait, it's just about to happen.
What about now?
All right, let's go.
Welcome to Run-In Radio! I'm the smooth voice Sith Ryan Perry alongside my partner in crime, Sean the Heel Wolf.
Shut up! You're dragging us on already. We got a show to do.
Damn, Sean, why are you always yelling at me like that? I didn't even tell them about Instagram where they can follow us at Run-In Radio, or Twitter where they can follow and tweet us at Run-In Radio.
I suppose you want to tell them about the fan line now, which is 631-386-8229.
Well, now that you bring it up, yeah, sure, you can call us at...
Do I have to repeat this again? It's 631-386-8229. Can we get on with the damn show already?
Okay, fine. Should we start?
Yeah, let's.
What about now?
All right, now.
Okay, good.
Hey, he was right. We are going on.
Yeah, amazing. Welcome to Sean's third most favorite day of the year, ladies and gentlemen. After, of course, the Smarkie Awards themselves and Thanksgiving. This is the Smarkie nomination show. We have finally arrived. It is that time. Yeah. It's been 11 months since we've done the last one, and we're here tonight with a new process. So this year it was me and the team, mostly me because this guy, Piscini, didn't get me his picks until literally Monday or some shit like that.
Can I make a comment? I'm not trying to defend myself, but this is, if you're watching this, tell more people to watch, because this is possibly one of the most important show I've been at since being at the Smarkies last year. I'd say that if you're watching this, share it. A lot of cool independent talent from Long Island and all the tri-state areas. You could people could be aware of people they've never seen before.
Yes,
some of your matches you may like.
This is the show in which we, the little guys, try to give back to the guys who, on a weekly basis, perform and put their lives on the line in the sake of our entertainment. This is Sean, who's texting on the second most important day of our podcast.
I'm just pulling up the list of the Smarkies.
I have that list. Come on, I've come prepared. So, little forewarning, little disclaimer. We are going to go over all 19 categories this evening. We're going to go a little in depth with them as to why each one of us picked the nominees. Shut up, Sean. Don't. This is what I mean. Sean constantly doesn't know how to feed with improv. He cock blocks the improv as we go every step of the way. Sean is the worst podcast wingman in the history of podcasts. So we're going to go over all 19, but the disclaimer is 6 of the graphics are not ready.
My fault.
We had 4 of them were Piscini's fault. 2 of them are actually on me. I will take full credit and full responsibility for those graphics. There was an error. I forgot to change the headings on some of them. But we will have them posted when voting officially begins on December 5th. And it will run till January 5th of 2017. The Smarkie Award Show itself is January 11th, so make sure you tune in.
We got a big announcement about that, too.
I'm sure we have a few big announcements that we'll be making in the upcoming weeks. Also, keep in mind that we will be going on our holiday break soon. That's usually around Christmas time, usually the week before, and we won't come back until
January 4th.
The January 4th, the day before the Smarkie voting officially ends. So keep that in mind. But we're going to go over, like I said, all 19 categories. And we might, anything else you want to add, Sean?
No, we'll save the best for later.
Okay.
Can I add something?
Yeah,
you go ahead.
can absolutely.
Your
camera's right there.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm pointing at you. As you just stated before, I got my picks later on. I got them in later. I try to keep my picks that were going to be released later to events that I was actually at. Multiple shows. If there's a feud, I was there multiple times. And I also kind of kept it to promotions that not I know Evolve and a couple other bigger promotions are not are going to be featured on this list. But I kind of kept it to either local events like Jersey, Staten Island, and obviously Long Island that consistently have shows here week in, week out. So that's the route I went, and only for shows I actually was at, and people that impressed me, and and there's a lot of cool nominations. You guys are in for a cool show.
Excellent. So why don't we open up with This is going to be one of the awards that we always announce the winner of before the actual show commences on January 11th.
11th, January 11th. Do we have 11th for that?
No,
Okay.
we're ill prepared.
Yes, we for the Smarkie.
Ill prepared for our second biggest show of the year.
Lower.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Anyways,
gotta
January
love it.
11th.
Don't worry about it, Bob. You're still good.
January 11th will be the actual Smarkie show. So this one gets announced
No,
before.
you had just like a text one.
Okay, we're cool. We're
cool.
Get over it. We're done, Sean. We're done. Thank you.
Don't want him leaving.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm interrupting you.
Yeah, because I'm talking and
Please continue.
He's got a good flow going on.
I am.
You're disrupting his
I am
flow.
the glue that holds this show together.
You know,
No, you're not.
yeah. You
Yes,
don't.
I am.
You're just
Last week you had a show. What I do?
Like
I was quiet the whole time last week during the show. You didn't
You
even
were.
see me.
You were.
Last couple weeks.
You were a ghost.
I was great.
So January 11th, this is the award that we always announce as kind of like a little warm up.
Yeah.
It's that what do they call it? On the WWE, the show that takes place not off the card.
Kickoff.
The kickoff.
Pre-show.
It's the kickoff.
Pre-show.
It's the kickoff award, and it's always photo of the year. So in years past, and by years past I mean year past because we only introduced it last year. We had fans nominated once again. All the nominations this year were done by the three of us. So we've selected 5. And by 5, I mean Sean picked 2 and I picked 3. One of them will be in Piscini's place.
Yes, but I'm very happy with the one that's in my place.
Because the co-host, or the host, I should say, that has the most wins this year from their picks will be officially the host of the year for 2016.
Okay, well.
Whoa!
So there you go.
I won the
So there
most
you go.
competition. I won 2 competitions this year.
You did.
And
You
no
did.
one has paid for
So
anything.
that was the grand thing.
Right, I was supposed to eat a whole pizza.
You're still going to do
You're
that.
still gonna eat it. It might be the Smarkie night.
Yeah.
No, it can't.
Oh, it could be Smarkie night. We never said it
Are
couldn't
we
be.
going to wear suits? Can we wear suits?
You can wear whatever
Yeah,
you
we
like.
should. We should dress up for the Smarkies.
I dress up every week for this podcast. Just saying.
Yeah, it's not for work or anything.
No,
it's not.
none of that.
But yes, the person who wins, whose selection, whose nominee wins the most throughout all 19 categories will officially, possibly dethrone me as the host of the year and host of forever. They will be the 2016 host of the year.
That's a good idea, though.
I find it
like
very
that.
fair because, especially for me, because I wasn't here and I got like, I don't want to use the term slim pickings, but a lot of my picks were already picked.
Mm-hmm.
I feel if I do beat you,
Mm-hmm.
because I know it's you. I'm sorry. If I do beat you, I'll be impressed because it's by chance. And it really, and also I enjoyed it too because it really made me dig and really think, and I'm excited.
Though me and Sean, when we went over our picks, we did leave plenty of options for
You did, no,
We
100%.
yeah.
You did. No, I'm not saying you didn't, but it definitely went.
Because originally what we were going to do is we were going to try to snake it. Yeah, all the way
Okay,
through
no,
like
that's
football
cool.
and fantasy draft.
Yeah.
Like just
No,
snake the
I enjoyed it. I'm very satisfied with my
So
picks.
yes, there will be a host of the year, the 20th award, the surprise award.
I think it's a good idea.
Host of the year goes to the person whose nominees overall win the most categories. So, photo of the year, might as well dive right into it.
Let's do it.
In this, Cassini only has 1 selection. It was a shot from Eric L. Cooper, who is a fantastic photographer, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who he is. And it is a shot of Sonny Kiss forearming the shit out of Stan Stiles.
Literally.
It is
Literally.
really an amazing photo. There's also a photo that Chris Grasso took, and it is Joey Janela basically almost like tiger driving Pinky Sanchez onto a chair. There's also a shot, once again, from Eric L. Cooper of Dan Barry mid-moonsault onto Earl
amazing.
Cooter. There's a Sean's favorite selection is shot by the masked photographer. It is a bleeding stockade from his match with Matt Tremont over at World's Finest Wrestling.
And I want to point out that this masked photographer said he will reveal himself, that if he wins a Smarkie, that he will reveal himself to claim his award.
Okay, well that's a little intrigue to go on top of everything.
A fun little side note about that photo. I did sound for Evolve the next day after that match, and I guess that morning WWN had their seminars, and like they were apparently throughout the whole seminar, like they're like, clean up the ring. The ring is still covered in. They cleaned that ring for hours and hours and hours. It took until the show. So they did a seminar. And the show began from the period of the night before to the seminar. That ring didn't. I don't think it ever got cleaned. I think it's still a mess from that match.
And there's also a photo of Mentequilla getting pressed into Caveman. Sean, who shot that photo?
Can we bring up things that
The graphic.
Yeah, for photo of the year.
Here we go. We could just.
There we go.
There it is.
So there you go. So there's your Sunny Kiss forming the crap out of Stan Styles, your Stockade bleeding profusely, your Dan Barry mid moonsault, your Joey Janela Tiger Driver into a chair, and then the Caveman catching his good friend in the Super Savages.
That was cool.
He's
got cool hair.
Who shot that photo?
I believe Evan Arno did that one.
Evan did that one. Who's another amazing photographer, ladies and gentlemen. So there's your picks, though, for photo of the year. So you have 5 to choose from. That'll be announced before, during the Smarkie pre-show that goes on half an hour before the actual show. Is announced, where we have some fun updates on the Facebook page as to who is actually in attendance that night, because we always get a pretty good turnout with the Smarkies.
We get some presenters, some guest presenters.
So good times. That'll be the first one that gets announced.
Maybe a music act this year. That's what we were
Potentially.
lacking last year.
Yeah, we're working on a music hack this year.
Who anyway?
We don't want to say until it's
Yeah.
confirmed.
Do you need me to play?
No, we don't want you to play.
I'm from
Why
the
not?
band
Why
world.
can't he play?
That's
10 years of road experience. I'm
Right.
a road dog, brother.
Why can't he have the band together and play the show?
Yeah. Well, I could just say the Independence Day speech the whole time.
You could.
Yeah.
I think that would entertain me more. So photo of the year, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, voting opens up December 5th, and it'll run till January 5th, the day after our return show in the new year. Referee of the year is the next one.
There's the referee of the year.
Let's get the graphic up.
Who was
So-
up? Just 2 seconds
It
ago.
was.
There it
Referee of the
is.
year. Some good picks on this one. I think this is going to be a
Very cool.
tight
Always
battle.
a tight.
Last year, I must remind you, Referee of the Year was decided by a single vote that literally happened in the 11th hour, where Mark Eddles won last year. This year, Mark Eddles, our current champion, defending Referee of the Year, is
Good
back
lineup.
on the list. He was one of Sean's picks. We also have veteran Shady Torres is up there. New, surprisingly, to the Referee of the Year
Not
list
surprisingly.
are my picks. My 2 picks. Neither one of them have never been nominated before.
Wow.
Is Uncle Stevie, Mr. Steve Dumang, and funny enough, another Steve, Steve Huey, is now.
Steve
up there.
wasn't on it last year?
He was not on
Mr.
it
Huey?
last year. No,
No, he's not.
Doesn't
neither
this
of them.
doesn't this look like I'm not trying to not just the range of characters for this kind of look like an album you would get in Times Square? Check out my band.
Yeah.
Like a cool everyone looks badass as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for cursing. man.
Also new to this year are Piscini's picks as well. Because Piscini picked Rob Blatt,
Yeah.
and then Dean Cameron from NYWC. So,
Yeah.
so Sean picked the veterans going into Referee of the Year. Me and Piscini, we're taking some wild.
Well,
cards.
I think he's been reffing for a while and doing other sorts of.
Well, I'm talking about Smarkie.
Yeah, Smarkie wise,
So
yeah.
I mean, all these gentlemen have been
yeah.
are seasoned as officials.
Yeah.
We're just talking about getting onto the list itself this year. So 4 fresh faces on referee this year. Let's talk about it a little bit, Sean. You obviously felt pretty confident with Mark Eddles,
Right.
reigning defending referee of the year.
He'll be back. He'll be back this year.
Are we saying out of this list, are we doing odds?
I don't know. You want to do odds?
Looking at that list real quick again, Piscini. Who do you think is the favorite to win? Now that you know who me and Sean have also selected.
Well, I can't go with my heart. You got to go with people that watch consistently, and Eddles watches very consistently, and really, he's very vocal about voting. No, I'm not. He's not saying that. It's not. That's what you got to do if you want a Smarkie.
Yep.
So, I think Eddles might win it, but I would still like any of my picks to pull through.
Well, of course, we all want our picks to win. We're
Right.
just talking
Yeah.
about how do we think this is actually.
I think it's gonna.
But it could be Uncle Steve's race to
You know
win,
what?
though.
I'm gonna do a swerve. I'll say Steve Huey by swerve.
Steve Huey by
By
Swerve.
swerve.
Sean, who do you think is odds-on favorite to win this year?
Well, Mark Edwards is bound to repeat. But again, I think Uncle Steve's got a good shot.
Uncle Steve. Okay, okay. So I'm gonna go shot in the dark here, and I'm gonna say that Rob Blatt winds up in the
I hope.
the referee of the year, which would be Piscini's win.
You got it, buddy.
Referee of the year, definitely a stacked lineup of officials. Congratulations to all of them who have been nominated. We're moving right along.
Do you want to move right along to one of the awards that we don't have a flyer to?
That's a good
yeah,
idea.
we could do that. We could do that real quick.
I'm just getting my list out.
I'm going to get the list out real quick.
Okay.
So one of the awards that we were unable to get the graphic in time for is the Hidden Hero Award.
I love this idea for this award.
So this is actually now replacing what we previously had the last 2 years, which was Photographer of the Year, which both times was won by Evan Arnau. So this year we decided to switch it and expand it to not just photographers, but basically anybody behind the scenes that helps make a show the way the show can be best presented. So that is our cameramen, our graphics department, who make the wonderful flyers that you see out there.
Runners, people that are picking up people.
Yes.
One thing you don't understand is that also if you're a fan and you're not around the industry, like background of it, like people are like some people, like guys that are flying out for the night and have to go back to the airport, like are going to the Long Island Railroad to pick up people to get to the show, or like picking somebody up from the airport and also bringing them back for free just because they want to be a part of the community and also kind of want to
pick their brain on the way.
Yeah, exactly. And it's there's a lot of people you don't see that keep the wheel going for local shows. It's a lot of work. It's not as easy.
People
as
who
think.
hand out flyers, who
Yeah.
are flyering, commentators as well would qualify for this. So that's basically what we're considering the Hidden Hero Award. So this year, some excellent picks. We have 5 that are up there. Sean had selected our reigning champion once again, since it's replacing Photographer of the Year. So he has Evan Arnau. He also went ahead and he picked Richard Ruiz, who, if you don't know who he is, check out his YouTube channel. He films for so many different promotions.
Yes.
And he does highlight videos. Really nice guy. Definitely deserves some recognition. I went ahead and I selected Chris Grasso because I'm just a huge fan of his photography. I also went ahead and got somebody new onto this list. So Dean Silverberg is officially on the list. So Dean is there.
Shut the door!
He's here in the studio, by the way. And then Piscini went ahead and he selected Chris Michael, otherwise known as Harold Hart, who does a lot of the graphics for so many different promotions. So definitely all these men are worthy to be mentioned as what we like to call, once again, the Hidden Hero Award. So congratulations to all of you. There will be a graphic. It will be up by Monday when the voting officially opens. So be on the lookout for that. And once again, congratulations to all those gentlemen.
Like, comment, and share.
Yep.
And
Like,
vote.
comment, and share.
And vote.
Another one, moving right along because we want to go.
You want to do a graphic?
No graphic.
No, graphic.
Just I want to burn through some of these ones that we don't have the graphic for.
Okay.
So ring announcer of the year once again. Always a close running every year. Last year, James Alexander won. He does a lot of work with the new, I believe, right? NEW. I went ahead and I selected him again because I have a good feeling.
Yep.
He does excellent work. He's actually emailed us and Facebook messaged us plenty of times saying if we could kindly promote one of their shows. We always do. Really nice guy, very polite, very respectful, does an excellent job as a ring announcer. I also went ahead and selected who I think is the heavyweight, who is the hands down. He was my first pick.
Dude, I got 2 stories that you said.
I went ahead and picked Camille. MLJ. So Camille, as that somebody likes to call him that. I don't know who it is. So
can I explain 2 things to you real quick?
Mm-hmm.
He could also qualify for the Hidden Hero Award.
He could.
Because I've seen him besides CCW, besides NLW, I've seen him do events in California when I was at Mania 2 years ago. Not just announcing, just before announcing, handing out flyers, making sure he is an all-around.
And he also puts together the dojo.
Oh
right?
yeah, it's
so.
he is next level. Part of the next level individual, and he also has. I think someone could correct me if I'm wrong. I think he's got a jacket from the Tyson Holyfield fight at Caesar's Palace, not the one that got canceled. Like a rare jacket, he wears it all the time. I'm like, he showed me it. I'm like, my God, this doesn't
It has nothing to do with anything.
I know, but it's
just
cool.
a nice little tidbit of information
Combat
about him.
sports fan.
So MLJ is there, along with James Alexander. Piscini, on the other hand, selected Sam Gomez from Warriors of Wrestling, who was there last year.
Very
A
good.
very strong showing last year.
Awesome.
Sean decided to take David Adams, who's a two-time Smarkie Award winner for the Ring Announcer of the Year. And he also took Chris Michael, a.k.a. Harold Hart. Is that his first? No, he's been up there before.
Yeah, no, he's been there before.
So definitely a very strong cast of characters for that as well. One more that we don't have a graphic for, and we can jump back into another graphic one. Feud of the Year.
Oh yeah.
Which
this is where I fell flat on my face.
This is where Anthony struggled mightily.
Because I don't know, like I was saying before, I could pick a bunch from Evolve, but all the ones that were nominated were like my go-tos, and I don't want to pick any from a bigger promotion that travels. I wanted to pick strictly, but I picked one.
So for Feud of the Year, I think Sean actually wound up with the best feud pick.
Yeah, he did.
Of the year. I think this is going to be our wind up being
one.
the winner, which is Anthony Gangone with his entire feud against House of Glory
Versus the
promotion.
world.
So I think that is an excellent pick upon Sean. He also went ahead and picked another one, which was the Crusade for Change against professional wrestling itself, which I think is a very clever. And it was, if you think about it, if you look at the story of that is amazing. I went a little bit more traditional and picked straight up feuds.
Yep.
So I went ahead and picked Bull James against Tony Nese from
That was
earlier
another
this
one?
year.
That was my backup.
NYWC. And I also picked another NYWC one, which was for the Fusion Championship with Big O against Absolute Alvin and the A-listers in Hull.
Yeah.
And then Piscini went ahead and selected one from Next Level Wrestling.
Yeah, I thought even though it's in the process of being carried over, I thought it did a good job through the show. It was Juba and Marconi at Next Level Wrestling.
Yep.
I thought that
which is funny because that's actually bled out to other places as well.
Yeah.
So
that was a good pick.
That's a solid pick.
it's funny. I don't mean to go off tangent again, but the reason why I really like the Bull James and the Nese pick is because a couple weeks before it, I said something I won't say I was talking to because it ruined the business. But I was talking to someone and I said, you know what, like, wouldn't it be cool if like a promotion got somebody that is like a big name now and like didn't advertise he was on a show and came out and like just like beat up a bunch of people and people like go nuts, and that's exactly how that feud started. Sorry, I like talking to people.
I like to.
But I like how that feud started. He just showed up. Niece's wrestling out of nowhere. Bull James comes out. I can't look. I can't.
Your audience is there.
I know, but
we're gonna hang a carrot.
Yes, we're just gonna put a curtain right here, so you have no choice but to talk to the.
But I had to look. But yeah, but no, that's why I like that.
So excellent picks. Gonna be very. I feel like a lot of these awards
The
are
Smarkie's gonna be tight this year.
tight. Well, I might as well do a graphic one now while we're at it.
Let's pull up the next graphic.
So
And there
gimmick
you
of the
go.
year. This is always a fun one, literally because it's just fun to pick who is eligible for this one. So gimmick of the year. Some excellent picks up there. Sean went ahead and selected the Crusade for Change as a unit, as a stable, which is a fun gimmick to watch, especially since it shows from multiple places. He also went ahead and selected ATL, who's a great pick, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna come in second.
ATL might come in second. Yeah,
You're probably gonna come in second.
He looks nothing like me.
How can you say that?
Nothing. Like, look, he's right above me in the graphic.
Look at the hair size.
The hairstyle is different. He doesn't wear glasses.
That picture was taken months ago.
Look, I can't even make the same face.
I will
so-
apologize when the
I will say
Looks
there's
nothing
a
like me.
resemblance, but look, shield, no shield, it's the completely
Yeah.
different person.
I don't wear gold.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a tie on.
ATL doesn't wear gold.
You know,
Gold wears ATL.
That's what I hear.
it.
His
Wow.
ears are way bigger than mine.
Yeah.
My eyebrows are way more on fleek than his.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here.
Well, that looks like it was an off night for his
Yeah.
eyebrows.
Anyway.
To be honest.
Moving right along, I went ahead and selected Ken Broadway. Because if it don't make money, then it don't make sense.
Right.
Great.
From Money Making
Great.
Manhattan, Ken Broadway, and a newcomer to the Smarkies in general.
Very happy who picked. Did you pick this?
Yes, I picked it.
Great
Max
pick, great
Caster,
pick.
Love what he
Yeah.
does. It's almost like it's bizarre. It's like a new age throwback
Well,
in a weird way.
He wrestles. He's a Career Pro champion now. Again, I think he's 2-time Career Pro champion. I watched a lot of events of him at Career Pro and to see how he's kind of used the term bleed out to other promotions and seeing kind of from when he started to all these promotions. Like I've only don't really know the guy, but I shake his hand a couple times. But it's cool. It's like
He's fun to watch.
very fun to watch,
The whole
entertaining.
American bad boy
Yeah.
thing. It's a good touch.
Yeah.
Sean also went ahead and selected, or Piscine, I should say,
Yes, this
picked
is
Darius Carter as a solo performance of what he does.
Yep.
So that's an excellent selection on his half. And another newcomer to the Smarkies, Mr. Jay George.
Well, these two guys, and it's I hate to use their gimmicks are real, but no, the Jay George especially, and also Darius Carter. One show I felt like these two guys were the stars of the night. Like I think it was a show in Brooklyn I went to in February. God damn it, a show I went to in Brooklyn in February, or March, and it just they blew me away. It was insane. They're great.
I mean, they're great performers,
Great performers.
and they both have been called. They both called in on the show before.
Yep.
So they're definitely fun to watch. So congratulations to all of those who are up for Gimmick of the Year. It's a solid roster. Congratulations.
I can't get over the Smarkies this year so far.
There are some very
There's some very well thought out. Like last year's, some of the picks were iffy.
that you're yours.
Yeah, I didn't want to go that far.
They were your picks, Sean. My picks
Yeah.
are never iffy, and I don't care what anybody says. So moving right along, what we got next? What's on the?
Are we gonna do
yeah,
another
might do
graphic?
another graphic. Might as well.
There we
Magic
go.
Mike, my personal favorite every year, not counting the ring out of the year.
I really like one of your picks a lot.
So this is interesting. Sean went with Old Faithful, a pick that Sean loves to go with, and that's that Stockade.
Love Stockade.
Sean is enamored with Stockade promos.
Yes.
And
I
once
do.
again, we're just going to keep cramming this down your throat. Magic Mike is for people who we think are the best overall talkers
Yep.
in the business for this particular
How could
year.
you not like those Hounds of Hell promos?
They're great. They're great
See?
promos. I'm not going to knock it. I'm not going to knock it at all. They're on the list, so they count. TJ Marconi was also one of Sean's picks. That guy is an amazing talker.
Solid guy. on the mic.
And he's funny to listen to as well as being serious. I went ahead. I selected somebody who I think deserves a little bit more recognition, and that's Donnie Dixon.
You put him over.
I think
Yeah.
that the kid has come so far from the first day I met him to what I see him do now with the Alpha Psi gimmick with Johnny Collins.
Your next pick kind of interests me.
And I actually changed my pick. My next pick, I'm not going to say who I changed it from, but
would be
I had a
fair.
last-minute change of heart and decided to select Candy Cartwright instead of my original pick.
Now why?
I just felt like, you know what, it's a different element of performance when she's on the mic. It's a different gimmick that gets displayed. It's definitely a change from the rest of them, who are all going to be cutting, for the most part, more serious or comedy kind of angles, where hers is more just it's centered around vanity more than
Yeah.
anything. And I think that's a different change than the rest, where Stockade's promos are supposed to incite fear, and Marconi's are supposed to incite seriousness, and Absolute Album is kind of silly, and Gangone is serious, and Alpha Psi with Donnie Dixon is very comedy. Candy Cartwright is kind of just that. It's about me. It's not about anything else. It's just me. So So I thought about it, and the person that I had originally selected to, no, go back to that graphic because we have nothing talking about.
Yeah.
The person I had originally selected was of that same vein, of the
female?
vanity. No, it was
Oh,
a gentleman.
okay,
It was a gentleman, but it was like a male version of that kind of gimmick. But I felt, let me switch it, and I'll put Candy up there because
Okay.
one, it'd just be different to see a woman
Yeah, no,
up
you're
on
right.
the Magic Mike Award.
I don't think a woman's been on the Magic
I don't
Mike
think
Award.
they have. So
Yeah.
so congratulations to Candy Cartwright for breaking new ground. And then, of course, we round out the picks with Pacini's picks, Mr. Anthony Gangone, and Absolute Alvin.
Who's your early favorite? Because we love this award. So who's your early favorite?
Marconi.
Okay.
Cassini, what about you?
Once again, I think I would go TJ too. I think TJ might pull that off this year. Who won last year? Stockade?
Well, who won actually? Was it Gallo?
Probably Gallo. I think
I'd have
it
to
was
look
Gallo.
into it. I'd have to look
I
into
don't
it.
think
Yeah.
Gallo won
But
last year.
my choice behind my picks.
I'm split.
Alvin is absolute. Alvin's always, even when he comes here, it's just like 110%. Like his vocals, he's unreal when it comes to promos. And Gangone is a guy that goes when his promos they can start really. There's not. It's kind of the opposite of Absolute Alvin. They're kind of like no control and just like every shows when he gets the mic, it blows me. I think he's all around talent. I think Mike skills is one of the things.
I'm split. It could be Marconi's year, but Alvin Alvarez hit people with cars.
Yeah, but that doesn't do anything for your mic.
I'm going by right. He's so. Yes, I saw him doing that at shows, but I solely picked. He was his just being right next to him a couple times here made me appreciate it more at shows.
That whole thing.
Yeah.
With Jay Red too.
Yeah, no, it's.
I think Alvin's also separate because he's so good on the fly. in front
Yeah,
of an
that's
audience,
why
too.
he's very good. He's very good. Consistent.
His skills,
Yeah.
like with improv,
Yeah.
are top notch.
Yep.
So I think that he honestly, if I wasn't for Marconi, I might actually say it would have been Alvin Alvarez. Would probably be my next pick.
Are you looking it up?
I'm looking it up. Yes, I don't
You
worry
got
about
last
that.
year's
Yep.
up. Look
Yep.
at those.
So.
I think it was Gallo.
No, it was Earl Cooter last year that won.
Right.
Oh, he
Yes.
won.
Earl
Okay.
Cooter was our Magic Mike winner. He won. He beat out T.J. Marconi, Stan Styles, Ricky Richards, Anthony Gangone, Ken Broadway, and Stockade. So
Anthony's been nominated for the award before too.
yes. So Earl Cooter was our Magic Mike winner. Funny enough, we have a couple of people who are FTW people trained by Earl Cooter on this list this year with Donnie Dixon and Candy Cartwright. Yeah. So recap, photo of the year went to Chris Garso for a shot with Rude Boy Riley and Joey Ace, which was a great shot. I don't know if you ever saw that shot. That shot's great. The host of the year was me because it's always me. Ring rat of the year for best beard went to Ricky Richards. We haven't talked about that one
Don't go
yet.
about that. You're confusing people.
Sorry. Which ones have we covered already? Magic Mike, we just said. We already talked about it.
I think isn't it? What's next? Can you look without bringing it up?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the entrance music of the year.
Okay,
Sorry.
so
And there it is.
so entrance music of the year, which went to Rockstar last year and a landslide, I might add. He beat out J.D. Browning, Jamal Jackson, Joey Ace, and Matt McIntosh. This year, somebody brand new is going to win.
Right.
So, Sean, would you like to read off the nominees? Sean?
Sure.
Thank you.
We have ATL.
And the songs that they use.
Oh wow!
Oh no, that you're asking too much now.
I
You
think
are.
you should do
Yeah.
all the speaking. Honestly,
You're so.
one's dyslexic, and
Yeah.
one is a
Host of the year. Take this over.
Excellent. So, Sean went ahead and selected. This is only Sean's selection here, which was ATL, who comes out to a.
He picked ATL.
Yes,
I did.
It is
Because
a.
Ryan comes out to a whack version of Wrecking Ball.
I don't have entrance music. ATL comes out to a trap version of Wrecking Ball. by
Right,
Chris
here.
Really
Garso.
good.
No. Anyways, I then went ahead and selected Max Caster, who comes out to Will Smith's Getting Jiggy With It, which is amazing.
Yep.
And then, so my second pick was Sonia Strong. I don't know how often she uses a song, but I did see a video from earlier this year, which for me, the qualification is you just have to use it once. And she came out to Remy Martin's Whatever. Put your right hand up, put your hand up. And she came out to the entrance with her hands going up as the song was coming before she popped out of the curtain. And the crowd went pretty hot for it. And then she was like word for word with the lyrics the whole way. So I like that from her. Juba, who uses
it's Thrice
Silhouette, right?
Silhouette. It's if you haven't heard the song before, for like people who follow genre music, it's a pretty popular song. And also, it just starts off. The song literally starts with a snare hit. It's like usually it's like instruments come together, a bass drum. It's like that, dude. It's like a very big song for a very big wrestler, and it was cool.
And then Anthony Gangone, Breed, right? He uses
Nirvana. He uses a couple
Nirvana?
different Nirvana songs. My favorite one he uses is Breed. I know other wrestlers have used it before, but I feel it suits him, his like the rogue character very well.
So there you go. So congratulations for those who use Entrance of the Year, which is a very overlooked part of someone's gimmick.
Yeah.
The right song can really set the tone for that. So congratulations to those who were nominated this year. I want to get to one that we don't have the graphic for, which is the Manager of the Year / Valet of the Year. So six people were nominated. Last year's winner, Nicoletta, is once again returning this year. She was one of Sean's selections. Sean also selected Brooke Danielle, which was a solid selection in my mind. Piscini went the opposite route and decided to nominate two gentlemen.
Yes.
So Pete Peterson. And
he used to be the manager of
Drew Napier.
Yep. Now Ken Broadway.
Yeah, now Ken Broadway. And then Matthew Ryan Shapiro, who I couldn't disagree with on a bigger level.
Yep.
Because that guy's a douchebag.
His clothes are just messed up.
Yeah, and his face and his philosophy. I went the other route and selected two new faces altogether.
Piscini's faces are new.
So yeah. They are no shot in winning, but new nonetheless.
Oh, stop.
This is actually the first year that Crusher Dugan ever made it on the Manager of the Year list, by the way.
Are you sure?
Yes, Crusher Dugan has been there every year except for this year. This year I went with Miss New York and Devil Doll from the Hounds of Hatred.
Yeah.
So
cool.
4 women on there. So 4 valets, 2 managers, or 1 manager, and then a hermaphrodite and Matthew Ryan Shapiro.
Wow.
Who's a piece of shit. Anyways.
Why? Don't say that.
I could say
Ryan
that,
doesn't like Matthew Ryan.
I don't like that douche canoe.
I love him. He's
I
great.
don't. And he has no shot at winning. Which, of course, he'll just say is rigged because, blah, blah, blah. That's what douchebags do. And then just one more before we get to the next ones. Ring Attire of the Year. Ring Attire of the Year, ladies and gentlemen. Some fun. So there's some fun ones on there. Piscini went ahead and selected Alexander James, not to be confused with James Alexander, the ring announcer.
Yeah.
Alexander James, the wrestler.
He always has got the long cape.
And I love he makes the person.
It's longer than his matches. It's so long.
It's great.
It's great.
He also went ahead and selected Smiley because, what's not to love about Smiley.
Yep.
Sean picked Ultimo Maya, I should say. So very interesting with the masks and the eye. And
how can you not like that whole gimmick?
And then he also went ahead and selected ATL, which what's not to love about a Shield, and light up sneakers and man buns and.
How did you get selected for more than one award this year?
ATL did. He's
ATL
going to go in circles.
He did amazing work this year. You know that. I went ahead and picked 2 new people to this list. So Mantequilla from the Super Savages. I love that blue and that San Diego Chargers themed colored attire that he wears. And then Blackwater. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Eddie Blackwater. Very interesting. It's like a very New Age Damien DeMonto kind of look, but it's fucking amazing. This guy has to put so much effort into his gear. Definitely deserves some credit. So congratulations to those 6 individuals. best of luck to all of you. And voting opens up on December 5th, which is Monday.
Oh.
For the Smarkies on January 11th. So moving right along, here's some of our more favorite ones. Best of the year. There you go.
Cassini's first year.
So Piscini's first year picking an entire award. He's resuming where we had left off from last year's funky what are we doing with Face of the Year because that douchebag is no longer part of our show.
No, didn't Juba pick Face of the Year last year?
We did. Juba wound up picking Face of the Year.
And look, he wound up on
and
Face
now
of the
he's
Year.
on it.
I kept it to once again events I was at this year. It was nothing like.
You have an excellent selection.
Yeah.
You do.
So I would like to know your reasoning behind all these individuals for Face of the Year.
Rude Boy is everywhere I go. He's defending titles and being a face, and he's great. He's fantastic. He looks great, and he's especially in Staten Island. It's just it's like the pops, and he's insane. It's great. I'm very like that. He was behind me. He's great. He's white hot. He's perfect for Face of the Year. Brooks, same thing. Like when I go to Warriors of Wrestling in Brooklyn. Anything she does, like whenever she does the German suplexes, the crowd goes crazy, and she's just so popular with everybody, and she's absolutely amazing that like she had to be on the list. Smiley, just like besides being a very talented wrestler, I also kind of go back to when I was a kid and kind of like seeing like some of like how kids react to seeing somebody as theatrical as Smiley, and I think he should be on the face list from now and forever. You know, he's perfect.
Unless he goes heel.
Yes, he goes heel. Yeah, I don't think he's been. I think he's been heel.
Yeah.
He's been heel before. But Kakatana, he's a face, but he's more a mystique to him. But everywhere I go, I don't know if it's just his natural presence he's got, but it's just people love him. And
side note, when he selected Kai Katana, I love that he spelled Kai Katana's name Kai Katatana.
Actually, it's funny. I work at a company that has LED lights, and one of our lights is called the Katana, and I think it auto-corrected as I was writing it to you. So Katana.
Katana.
And then Juba is the local hero award, local face award. He's
Local blowjob award. That's how he gets.
No. He's over in every promotion I go to, and especially around this area. If he's on the show, that's the name you hear throughout the whole night. Is Juba.
No, Juba deserves it. He gets a very loud ovation no matter where he goes. He puts in a lot of work, even though he doesn't deserve all those man-mans. Hands down, Sean, who do you think is the best pick out of all?
Face?
Who do you think is winning this year?
Oh. This might be Smiley's to run away with.
It's funny because I'm thinking Smiley too, honestly. Who's front and center? Front and center, right in the middle.
Rude Boy could steal it because I know that Rude Boy, whenever he gets nominated for stuff, it always appears on his social media.
I think it's gonna be. I'm gonna go Juba or Brooke.
Oh, interesting.
Brooks, sorry.
Interesting. Well, I mean, it would be interesting has a female ever won Face of the Year before? I don't think so.
Oh.
No.
So they could be. It could be. This could be a banner year for female performers in the indie scene.
It could be a big year.
I'm very. But actually, even though I sent this to you quick, this one I actually kept to the events I was at. Really, people that I. Really
It is an excellent ensemble of performers on that list. So. Very good job, Cini, on picking them. These are all well-deserved people. Moving right along, what do we got next? Of course, we're going to go from Face of the Year to Heel of the Year, which is Sean's... I think this is Sean's best nomination list that he's ever put together for Heel of the Year.
I think it's my best nomination list ever.
I think this
totally, as a whole.
I think Sean has taken a lot of shit the last few years for his selections. This year, I think he's hit a home run because personally I could see any one of these five men walk away with the award for Heel of the Year this year. Sean, go through it. Why each get
Anthony Gangone.
Mm-hmm.
How do you not put him Heel of the Year?
We're going to have to get an Anthony Gangone award.
especially after that run with House of Glory. TJ Marconi, always a bastard wherever he goes.
Don't say that to his face.
What?
Don't say that to his face.
I'm sure I won't. Darius Carter, again, another bastard wherever he goes. You know, part of the crusade for change, along with TJ Marconi. You know, they've done a lot of cool stuff this year. Yeah. Alvin Alvarez, an A-lister. Again, a lot of cool stuff this year happened. Mm-hmm. And the Hounds of Hatred, Stockade. How do you not put Stockade on a heel of the year list?
No, Stockade is like almost evil personified. So no, this is an excellent selection. Piscini, I'm going to ask you the same question. Who do you think is running away with this one? Or not running away, but who do you think is hands down the winner?
Oh my God!
It's a tough
pick. If we're going by, I would like to see Darius Carter win this for sure. But I think Stockade's going to win.
Interesting.
But nothing against Stockade or anyone else on this list. I just think Darius has just been in every promote. Even when he called in that night, it just doesn't turn off. It's amazing. It's amazing. I think Stockade's gonna win, but I'm pulling for Darius.
I am actually rooting for Alvin.
Okay.
I kind of want to see Alvin finally kind of break through on the Smarkies. I think he's very deserving of it. I think doing the kind of gimmick that he does is vastly underrated in the sense that it's not given enough credit. It's hard to do that kind of gimmick while still drawing some sort of emotional connection from people. It's not as easy as just being the serious, rough and tough, I'm going to kick your ass heel. So I love that Alvin, especially who is a bigger gentleman inside that ring, is able to pull off a gimmick like that. The stuff that he's done with Ultimate Maya and J Red has been fun to watch. It's been riveting.
It happened right
it's
here
been
on
entertaining.
This
Right here, they had J Red on the table. Remember that?
I do.
Were you here for that?
So yes, I was.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
I was. So I would love to see Alvin win. That's who I would love to see win. Who do I think is going to win? I think it's going to be Gangone.
Really?
Yes, I think Gangone's going to pull it off on name recognition alone. I think he's going to pull it off.
So the next award.
Oh, it's the fun one.
The next award has been the most controversial since it began, like 4 years ago.
Yeah, so let's just run back the
I didn't know about it.
the Ring Rat of the Year, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God!
The Ring Rat of the Year.
Did I vote for this one?
No, this is Ryan's
this
award.
is mine. When I joined the podcast several years ago, our previous host already had lockdown Face of the Year. Sean has already been doing Heel of the Year, so I needed something to claim my own. I decided to create the Ring Rat of the Year, the first Ring Rat of the Year. This is the only award that changes the
That has a
qualifications.
revolving category.
Every year it changes. Ring Rat of the Year for the first year was anybody who nominated themselves during our own process, where you can fans can nominate, anybody can nominate. If you nominated yourself, you got on my list for Ring Rat of the Year because
how many
so there was at least 5 or 6 people who were on that list. It wound up being a co-champion that year for Mel Sanchez and Dan Acosta, who were the Ring Rats of the Year. The following year, the Ring Rat of the Year was the performer with the most annoying social media feed, which went to Lexa Rose, because god damn it, I had to block her on Facebook. It was just so goddamn annoying, the shit she would say. It was like she used Facebook as her own fucking personal journal, and it drove me nuts. Last year, I had a little bit of fun with it. It was for the best beard in wrestling business on the indie scene.
Bottom bun.
And it went to the bottom bun.
The bottom bun.
The bottom bun, Ricky Richards won. This year, I've decided to change it and keep it up with a more positive theme. So this year's Ring Rat of the Year is entitled Ring Rat of the Year, Please Push This Son of a Bitch.
I love this list.
And this is a list of gentlemen who I think deserve for a promotion to put their full weight behind and push straight to the top and be the face of that particular promotion. Give them the ball, let them run with it, and I promise you none of these gentlemen will drop the ball. So please push this son of a bitch.
Push crew. This could be a stable. Think about it.
This would be the most stable, most amazing
crew.
stable ever.
It could.
This is amazing.
So just a quick rundown. We have Mike Law, Donnie Dixon, Joe Bear Bronson,
Awesome.
Joey
Great
Ace,
pick.
and Ricky Richards.
Is that a new picture of Richards?
That is no. It's from about a year and a half ago.
Well, no, he looks great.
Yeah, he definitely dropped some weight.
He looks great.
So this was my please push this son of a bitch. I feel all of these gentlemen, in particular, deserve to be given that bull to run with.
This guy.
I think. Any questions on why I picked any of these guys?
No, I understand.
Completely.
Yeah. So
I like how you.
I still think Michael is going to win, though.
I would, for me personally, any one of these men winning, I'm going to be happy no matter what the result is. Ricky obviously is a very close friend of mine. Joey Ace is a close friend of mine. Donnie Dixon is somebody who I think very highly of.
Yeah, me too.
Mike Law is once again a guy
Me
that I
too.
think very highly of.
Very, very.
And
high
I
up.
don't know Bronson all that well personally. I have seen his work, and if I can just drop gimmick for a moment, very nice, sophisticated individual who took a concern of mine and protected me extremely well when he did the Rikishi driver.
Oh, okay.
I was very nervous about anything that involves my neck. I've had some neck problems in the past. I was very hesitant. Somehow I got convinced that he would protect me, and I swear to you, this guy can tell me, hey, I want to do this, and I'd have full faith and trust in him. He protected me that night, so a very stand-up gentleman. So all of these men could win, and I'd be very satisfied. So make sure on December 5th you start casting your vote for these 5 individuals who I honestly think, if you gave the ball, could carry a company on their back for a substantial amount of time.
Besides these two gentlemen, on this side, who I trained with, one of them actually had a lot to do with helping me get trained, Law, and Dixon I was part of stable with. I can't say enough things about it, but with the time, they're both great individuals. With the time, I also want to jump on what you're saying. The same thing with Max Caster being from Critipro, that these guys are in I guess the business, have been doing it not that long, and the strides that they take and the hard work going to ZZW to like do like those matches on Wednesday at the dojo. I see them everywhere, and it's like I've seen people like myself that wanted to do it for fun. Like, these guys are not doing it for fun. They're like they're not trying to sound cheesy. They're here to take over. They're like the new breed of people that are coming out, and they're like Feinstein, everybody. They're like just coming out of this one place, and I give them so much credit just jumping out there and making contacts and working their butts off, and I'm very happy to hear how he protects you in that match. It's great.
Wonderful, like I said, once again, just a very classic, classy individual. So congratulations to those men. This was a little bit more serious. This is probably the most serious one I've had.
I like.
Originally,
I like it.
Originally, I was gonna put it ring rat of the year for the toughest motherfucker to find a goddamn graphic that works for this goddamn thing. Because some of these guys,
I think Law would win that. Look at Law.
Jesus, some of these graphics are so hard to find. For
Law's graphic works perfectly. It looks like the volcano is like reflecting off of Law's chest.
Yeah,
Jeez.
it is. He actually caused that.
He's ripped there, dude. Jeez.
He caused that. Ricky's ripped. Do you see those nipples? Look at
Dude,
those.
he looks great.
So congratulations to all the it's such a funny name for an award, the Ring Rat of the Year.
Yeah.
But really, any one of these men would be an honor for them to see win Ring Rat of the Year this year. So moving right along, what do we got?
I think we're on to the Fab Five now.
Are we on to the Fab Five now?
Holy crap!
Not quite.
Not
We got
quite.
one
One
more.
was there.
So this promotion of the year, ladies and gentlemen, some interesting picks up there. I'm not going to lie, some very interesting picks. So Sean, you picked Next Level, yes, and House of Glory, right? Those are your picks, Sean. They were your picks. I'm not bullshit.
Okay, well, they were my picks.
How do you not know who your picks are, Sean?
Because I nominated like
so
3 weeks
Next
ago.
Level, of course, first time up there for promotion of the year. I went with NYWC, which has been up there every year, and also surprisingly a first time for Evolve. Evolve's never been
never been not one
nominated.
Evolve basically the promotion that was 2 years ago is now Live 205.
Mm-hmm.
Like they are like the like independent promotion right now.
And then Anthony went ahead and selected Warriors of Wrestling, which won one of the years.
Yes.
Was it 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
and then the brand new spanking promotion, World's Finest.
I picked up both of these. No, Warriors of Wrestling. I enjoy going to. I don't know what it is. I enjoy, like, if Juba's wrestling, multiple people on the card, I'll make the trip out to Staten Island, and I think it's not just the promotion itself. It's a trip from Long Island, being at that venue. It's just the sense of community in that venue is so cool, and that's why it was more like an emotional choice for me. Warriors of Wrestling is just to go to Staten Island, hang out there all night, watch some of my friends perform. It's really cool, and I enjoy it.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Excellent picks up there this year.
Again, we did a pretty good job this year.
I think for the first time going through the process and having us select the nominees, I'm very happy with what has been selected. I think now we're going to probably start getting into the Fab Five. Yes, Sean?
I think so.
Let's see. Yes. So next, so before we get into the Fab Five, no, we might as well. So match of the year. A lot to talk about on this one. Where do we start? So might as well start with Sean's picks. Sean's first selection was Bull James against Kai Katana. At what event was that for? That was
World's Finest.
This is wrestling.
This is wrestling. That's
This
what
is-
yeah,
oh,
that's
this
what
is-
that
sorry.
match
This
had.
is wrestling.
You were there to see that match live.
Yes,
right?
I was.
Yeah. Your
In
thoughts
fact,
on
both of my picks I was there for.
that? Your thoughts on that?
That was the match where Bull James, right up in the beginning, before Kai Katana was even introduced, and had the ring crew loosen the top rope,
Oh yes, that's right. Yes.
so that Kai Katana couldn't do any of this high flying stuff because
Yeah.
Bull James apparently has a problem with
High Flyers.
high flyers. Yeah.
I remember you actually telling me about this and saying, "Hey, this was like a really cool gimmick in the beginning, and it was beneficial to the match." I already know why you picked Stockade versus Tremont, because that was actually on my list before we snaked it, which we actually broadcast here on the podcast. Was it a month or so ago?
No, it was like It was like September, I think we
The
did.
match of the week that we did that one particular broadcast, which we definitely need to bring back because that was great. That was a phenomenal idea.
Well, we're gonna bring it back. We're gonna call over stuff too.
So,
it's gonna be fun.
So Stockade, Tremont, that's also where that photo of the year that Sean selected from. It was from that particular match. If you're a fan of hardcore, that was the match for you. To say. I also selected a match involving Stockade, which was the 14th annual Cycle Circus, when it was the Hounds of Hatred against the O Team, which was fun. And if you've ever been to Cycle Circus, you know that that's NYWC's premier show. That's their version of WrestleMania. And the Cycle Circus match itself is their grand finale. So that was an amazing match. I also picked a match that I think deserves to get a little bit more credit, which was
this match was so good.
Leo Rush against Anthony Gangone, which I witnessed with my own two eyes from the backstage area. Holy shit, that match was phenomenal.
Very good.
That for me was personally my favorite match I saw live all year. So if I wanted anything to win, it would be that match. It was very smooth. It was very crisp. It was exciting. It didn't go too long. It didn't go too short. It was just right. That's the kind of match that I wish would be the type of main event every promotion can throw on at every show that they had. And then Cassini went and picked some selections that I was actually rather shocked by.
Really?
Yeah.
I picked, one of my picks was my go-to pick was definitely, if I had three, I would agree with you, Rush and Gangone. But this match was always going to be my pick no matter what. It's Masada versus Silver. And same show, and it was in the middle. And the thing why this match stood out to me is because Silver comes out, is very charismatic, funny, and Masada's super serious. And I don't think that people were gonna, not saying taking talent from either one of them, but I don't think people were prepared for what type of match they were gonna get. And I feel it was right in the middle of the show, and it kind of like people the whole time for the rest of the show, like that match. That match was unreal, and it was just the story behind it, and just it was. I think it was. Sometimes I feel like matches are just thrown together. Like this is a match that I feel was thrown together, and just blew all predictions out of the water. It was great. I loved it. It was definitely cool to see. I was doing door that night, and I was just like, people probably walked in. Sorry for free. I was just like, oh my god.
You hear that Next Level Wrestling?
Stop it!
Don't
I
let
didn't
them
get
through the door.
paid. I did it for free because they're my friends. I did it for free.
And then your other selection involves 20 people.
Yeah, I once again, Credit Pro is around the block from my house, and I go there when I can. When they have events, on days I'm always super busy. But my friend was in this gauntlet match, and it was something. Once again, I wasn't expecting to be entered, like seeing a wrestling match. I laughed my ass off so much, and there were just so many cool things that were done in the match. Hawkins and Buck were hilarious. CPA was amazing. Johnny Clash. It was just endless names, and it was a really cool. It was just a cool match to see, and it would entertain me in a different way. Instead of seeing crazy, spots, it made me laugh, and it was really cool, and it was thought out very well. It wasn't just like mushed together. It was just, everything was worked out.
And gauntlet matches are difficult.
Yeah,
very difficult.
Very cool.
So congratulations to everybody who made it for Match of the Year. All well deserved. Before we get to the next graphic, we are missing one of the big five, and that's Tag Team of the Year. I didn't have enough time.
I thought we had that.
No, I didn't have enough time to make the actual graphic.
Oh,
I was having issues getting the pieces to fit right. I still have to work on it. It will be listed by Monday when the voting opens, so don't worry about that. I'm setting aside some time for that. But we might as well just talk about it since we're obviously talking about everything. Tag Team of the Year, ladies and gentlemen. My man, Anthony Piscini, is going with last year's winners, EYFBO.
Yeah, I thought they were picked already.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I saw, like, okay, great, perfect.
He's also got what I think is the front runner to win, which is the Private Party, which is Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn.
They're amazing.
I went ahead and picked Team Tremendous for their work in the first half of the year.
Always amazing.
I also went ahead and threw a little bit of a dark horse in there with the Benson brothers from NYWC because I actually like it. I like the gimmick. It's fun. It's unique. It's different. I like the work. And then I really took a dark horse shot in the dark and picked something that's completely different that nobody else on the Indies are doing, and that's the Fella Twins, which is, oh my God, their names are escaping me. Rick Cataldo and Eddie McQueen. Thank you. I couldn't think. Oh my God. But yeah, they're hilarious. I love it. I've always been a big fan of Cataldo. I feel like he's one of the more underrated performers on the circuit. And then Sean went and he picked the Crusade for Change as a unit in their tag matches.
You can do that.
So we allowed that. He bent the rules a little bit, but we allowed it. He also picked Flawless and Lawless, who is a team that's been up there quite a few times. And then he picked the current reigning NYWC Tag Team Champions, the Hounds of Hatred. So some 8 different tag teams up for the award this year. Congratulations to all of you who have won, or not won, but have made it this far in that process.
There's a clap.
There's clapping in the green room.
So I'm just checking to make sure that we didn't skip anything before we get to the rest.
That goddamn room.
Magic Mike we did, Gimmick we did. Okay, moving right along.
Oh yeah, that's why I got confused. Okay.
Yeah. So champion of the year, ladies and gentlemen.
Champion of the year.
So this is always a neck and neck one. I feel like, and it's always very difficult because there's so many promotions that run, but yet you still feel a little limited on who you can pick because some of these guys have such substantial reigns. But definitely a very worthy cast of characters up there. I love that not one but 2 tag teams have been nominated for Tag Team of the Year this year, which is always fun to see. Some diversity in there. Mr. formerly known as Drew Napier, Anthony Piscini, you selected Max Caster and TJ Marconi.
Okay, yeah.
Your thought process on your selections.
Okay. My thought process on my selections. Caster is just he's once again he's very new, and I feel like he has a title twice now, and he's done a lot in a short time, and I feel like he's a good champion, and those matches are tough. He's winning,
and he is a very solid performer for where he is in his stage.
And I picked TJ because I know I forgot he's not currently the champion, but he had the Ace title for a very long time, and I'm hoping I'm correct that he lost it within this year, but at the same time he's just been a dominant champion in any promotions he's held his title in.
Was this just the one we were talking about the chat on the other day?
Yeah, I was just making sure. I didn't want to sound stupid, but either or, I feel,
I went ahead, ladies and gentlemen, and had selected Private Party, so I selected the tag team.
That's good.
I love it. They're so entertaining to watch, those two. I also went ahead and snatched away one of Sean's favorites, which is Stockade. I selected Stockade this year, who was a previous winner of Champion of the Year.
Yes.
And then
The very first, I believe.
he was the very first Champion of the Year. So I'm looking for a repeat here. Come on, Stockade, you can do it. And then I went ahead and selected Rude Boy Riley because, I mean, seriously, how can you not select Rude Boy? If he's not on this list, then we fucked up.
Yeah.
I think that's as simple as it comes down to. If he's not on this list, we made a mistake somewhere. And then, of course, Sean, he selected the other tag team in Flawless and Lawless, which is another. Like I said, I love it when there's diversity in there. It makes it great.
They're just an incredible tag team.
They really are. They work. They're that classic big guy, smaller guy.
They held on to the NYC.
Not that Blake Morris is really a small guy, because if you look at him, he's not.
He's not at all.
Most people are small compared to Rex Lawless.
Yeah.
He also went ahead and selected who I think is probably gonna give my pick and Rude Boy Riley the biggest run for his money, and Anthony Gangone.
Yeah.
But we can't knock his final pick, which was Absolute Alvin, who was a great fusion champion for NYWC. So this was a very solid, once again, ensemble of nominees. I can't wait to see how this voting process works out.
These two people on here won Match of the Year last year, correct? Right? Gangone and fuck.
Yeah. Well, I know Gangone was definitely in Match of the Year.
Yeah.
It
was the no ropes match.
Gallo.
No,
it wasn't.
Oh no, it was Quinn.
Quinn.
Yeah, Quinn.
Yeah.
Yes. Match of the Year. Gangone was our Wrestler of the Year last year.
Yes, he was.
I think him and Riley
They've gone back and forth, believe it or not.
They have been on this list multiple times.
Champion of the Year last year, just so everybody was wondering, Sonny Kiss.
Yes.
Was our Champion of the Year last year. Surprised Sonny didn't really make any of the
just
categories
a
this year. Because Sonny is
talented, I thought.
a very talented performer. But Sonny Kiss. I cast 30% of the votes. Sonny Kiss when he won the last year. It's a little shocking. Stockade won Feud of the Year last year though with Astro Morales. So that's
Which ended in a casket match, didn't it?
I believe it did. Yes. Yeah. Okay, moving right along. I think we only have two left, right?
Two left.
Is it two? So this one was the most popular vote getter
This
last
is
year.
always.
Female Wrestler of the Year. The cards are definitely stacked. This year we have 9 females who are up. A couple of new faces in there. So that's always good to see. Actually, more than a couple of new faces. Half the field is new.
Some former champions.
Some former winners are in there. John peaked immediately. He saw Female Wrestler of the Year. He's like, oh, girls in Spanish. This is great. So he was very happy about that. I'm trying to get him to smile. He's been so fucking pissy all day. He didn't
tired.
He didn't even ask me
Go
for a
through the
fucking
list.
kiss or nothing. What a fucking douche. He's smiling. He's trying to turn his head up. He's smiling. Female Wrestler of the Year. Some very talented performers on this list. Some of which have clearly made it to other categories, showing their talent. Sean, why don't you go over your 3 that you've selected?
Jordan Grace.
Okay.
And Miss Brooks.
Okay. That's not really going over him. That's just naming him.
Why?
Why Jordan Grace?
I saw her work like once, and I was like, wow, I was blown away. Why are you looking at Prasini like that?
You saw her work once.
Yeah?
You didn't Google any of her matches?
Oh,
you saw her work once in person?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought he was like saying I've only seen one of her matches.
Yeah,
so
okay.
Okay, that confused me for a second. Okay, so that makes sense. She's a wonderful
Right,
performer.
and if Bones Brooks isn't on the system, we in trouble.
I would agree with that. Yes. Especially this year with Bonsoir, because I feel like she's made some significant strides.
Not her that whole incident in Brooklyn with the
that
ref.
that mess.
Yeah, that also kind of I thought like as shitty as the situation was, how it kind of at the end they were able to close out the show, and it was really cool. I don't want to go into.
I also saw that you took the most popular vote-getting
Oh, you mean Sonya
performer
Strong?
in the history of the Smarkie.
How can I not nominate Sonya Strong?
Let me just run down the numbers once again for you from last year, because this was incredible. There were a grand total of 1,005 votes cast for Female Wrestler of the Year last year. 1,005. Sonya Strong got 451 for 45%. Incredible. The closest person to her was the woman she dethroned from being a repeating Female Wrestler of the Year, which was Nikki Adams, who had 245 for 24% of the vote. Just incredible numbers. So it's gonna be interesting to see if those numbers were a fluke, or if they were going to be repeated or topped this year.
We'll see.
Very interesting. Me, on the other hand, I went ahead and selected a couple of familiar faces to Female Wrestler of the Year, which was Nikki Adams, who always deserves to be up there in my opinion.
Yeah, no, she's great.
So I also selected Deanna, who's obviously made some strides on NXT this year as well.
And I think it's safe to say that if she's not in that WWE women's thing, like the classic they're doing, I don't think it's
I don't
all
think
that work.
And then a newcomer to the field, in Penelope Ford, who does a lot of work with CZW, sitting on the Dojo Wars.
Yeah.
I love the gimmick that she does. So I'm interested to see what she can do, because she's got a lot of heavy hitters on that list.
Yeah.
So and then I kick over to Pacini on his three
Okay,
picks, his three selections.
I might get I wouldn't say heat, but like I picked Kimberly because this year's been massive for her.
Oh my God.
Car title, right? That was this year, and she's I've seen her wrestle 1,000 times this year, and not only, and I saw her in Dallas wrestle too. Just entertainer. She's going to be a big name in the future. Also, all these women will be big names in the future. But I feel she's right there. And then I'm trying to remember who else. I'm on the last one now. So yes. I picked. I know. Clockwork Angel. Picked. Got red, and I saw her wrestle. I picked her because I saw her a bunch wrestle at Warriors Wrestling, and then it was weird. She wrestled, I think, at Tier 1, 2 events in the weekend, and then I think I saw her in a segment on a WWE event in the background, and I was like, wow, that weekend's she had a Friday wrestled, Saturday wrestled, Sunday, and was on this appearance hard worker, and then I picked Brooke as well, and then I feel has she been on the list before?
I don't think Brooke's been on that list before, right?
No, I don't think so.
No. She's been there for Photographer of the Year before she transitioned into a full-time wrestler.
Really?
Yes.
Well,
yes,
no, I thought the fact that she wasn't on there was weird.
Yeah. So,
gave her she's amazing.
Congratulations to all these women, though. Yeah. All well deserving. Going to be interesting to see how this battle fights out. So good luck to all of them. And then that's it. We're about to reach the Big Mama Jamma, aren't we?
Yep, the last one.
The Big Mama Jamma.
The Coupe de Resistance.
The award for Wrestler of the Year, ladies and gentlemen, which is a stacked field this year, an incredibly stacked field this year. Very hard for me to even say who I think the favorite would be. Very difficult for me to say. Let's start with Pacini. Your 3 picks. Why?
I'm trying to remember who my 3 picks were.
You're always this half of the graphic.
Oh, is this?
Yeah.
Because we've done so many awards.
Yeah, I did it in a fashion.
I did. So I was. Hold on.
I'm the middle 3.
You're in the middle, and I'm the end.
And you're.
So I did Katana.
Yes.
Did you? I took.
Yes, you
I
did.
I forgot.
That was the one you said, Kai Katata.
Yeah, that's the one I did have later. Oh, I thought I did Gangon.
No, I did.
No.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. I messed it. No, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. That's right, because I had to switch them because it wasn't working on the graphic.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
maybe I said. Well, and then I did Silver.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
So but mostly because that was
Yeah, because Smiley's graphic that I have is always kind of a hard one because his elbows
Yeah,
are so
yeah,
far
yeah.
out that I had to switch them.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Okay.
So Kai Katana, why Kai Katana?
Kakatan, I guess for the same reason as before for Face of the Year. I believe in just like carrying yourself in multiple promotions and as a true star, putting on great matches, and the mystique of his character and himself is just untouchable. I think he's really talented.
Gangon, I think that's for obvious reasons. Why Johnny Silver? I'm curious.
Because it has to do with that match with
Because he hasn't been up there for Wrestler of the Year ever. And
Really?
and it's a shame. But I'm
Because
curious of what made you decide to break that streak, whether you knew it intentionally or not.
he's always, I feel like every time he's on the card, the match is great.
Mhm.
And I feel that I really leaned on him this year because that match with Masato was really vicious, and it was a different side of him. Yeah, there were still those like funny quirks in the match where he screams and there's that suplex, but like it's that I'm pretty sure if you pull out that Next Level Wrestling video, he's getting like cheered that whole match,
Mhm.
and like it kind of I just feel it really has to do with that Masato match, and I feel like he put on such a great performance that match just stuck in my head immediately.
Excellent.
Yep.
For me, I went with Smiley. I think for obvious reasons. He's
Yep.
been up there before. He just always continues to impress me. I went with TJ Marconi because I think he's definitely one of the best big men on the indie scene. He's very versatile. He can do a lot of different things. You can put him in any situation and he'll excel. And then I picked Matt McIntosh because, God, somebody give this guy some recognition. This guy is an amazing worker.
When I saw the
works
picture,
everywhere.
yeah.
He's everywhere.
Is he from? Is he?
He's from Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah, he's from Jersey. Because
So
I
he's
remember
from
'cause
Massachusetts.
I met him for the first time at Next Level Wrestling.
Yeah.
And me and him were actually shooting the breeze for like a good hour.
Yeah.
Just talking off to the side and whatnot.
Same
And that was
thing-
actually the first time I ever seen him wrestle live.
Yeah.
I've seen him wrestle plenty of times on video, just never live.
Live.
And I was like, and that was I think he wrestled again going that night.
Yeah.
And it was fucking great. It was fucking great. He was just he's an amazing worker who deserves to have a lot more recognition than he gets. And then Sean, of course, you rounded out the wonderful 9 that we have here with your picks.
Stockade
Mhm.
deserves to be Wrestler of the Year.
I think if there's any year in which Stockade should be Wrestler of the Year, it should be this year.
He's been up there a couple of times, has never quite,
He's never
gotten there.
He's finished in second a couple of times. He hasn't got over the hump. He's always the bridesmaid, never the bride when
Right.
it comes to Wrestler of the Year.
And it's time. And I don't think
I feel like every year, this is by far his best year.
Yeah. No way.
right.
Like he did so much this year. It's going to be interesting.
And Rude Boy Raleigh had another great year.
Of course, yes.
Wrestled all over the place. Held a couple of titles here and there.
Rude Boy Riley, the man who lost to Anthony Angone last year in Wrestler of the Year by 3 votes.
Oh no.
Who was looking to seek a repeat and was dethroned 3 votes shy to our current defending Wrestler of the Year, which is Anthony Gangone. And then we have a fresh face up there again.
And then you got Juba.
Who picked Tuba?
I did.
Yeah. So Juba's up there, who has been featured on many shows, many promotions.
Yeah.
Main evented a bunch
Main
of places.
evented because he sucks doing it.
Tuba, I'm not saying any of this. I know you.
Yeah,
probably
fuck
like
him.
Oh my God.
Also want to point out that this is an interesting year. There is not a single award that features Jack Gallo.
Well, he didn't.
Well,
wrestle this year.
he's been hurt.
Well,
been
he
injured.
wrestled all the way up until March. He wrestled the first quarter.
Well,
He wrestled the first quarter of the year.
Wasn't he injured?
He got
He had
injured.
his big. He had that
He had
Raw
it-
match.
He got injured at the end of March.
Yeah. Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's true.
So he wrestled the first quarter of the year.
He did- yeah.
So it's just interesting because normally he dominates
Crazy, yeah.
the
Yep.
nominations.
He'll be back next year. Okay.
He'll be back with a vengeance next year.
Can I
I
make-
just like to point that out that he's not up there this year.
Before, I just want to say something.
Yes.
Kai Katana.
Guy Katana.
One of the biggest reasons too was no one talks about this. He was a
Cruiserweight Classic.
Cruiserweight Classic runner-up, and he wrestled on NXT this year. Too. That's not the base reason, but hard work pays off. It really does.
Absolutely. And he's a nice guy.
Yep.
So
I would like to make a prediction for next year. By the way,
what would that be?
Besides Gallo being dominating,
Mm-hmm.
I will say on tag team champions list or tag team of the year, Johnny Collins and Donnie Dixon.
I think absolutely, 100%.
100%, they will be on that list. Positive.
Without a doubt, they're going to be on there.
Johnny Collins is amazing for how young he is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've known him since he was 11.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I don't think I've ever met him. I've just seen videos.
When I worked in Jersey, he was like, it was 2011.
Okay. Wow, dude, that made me feel so
And
old.
I brought him into the ring and used him as part of the gimmick for me versus Joey Ace.
Really?
Yes.
And he was 11.
He was 11. I did a whole spiel.
In Jersey?
Yeah. I was
Did
doing.
you come out
it was
for
for
it?
True Wrestling. It was
Oh,
the
wow.
first ever True Wrestling show, and he was there with his father, and his father was my college professor,
Oh, wow.
and that's how I got to meet him. And he was there, and he was front row, and I actually used him as a prop. I got clearance for his dad. I brought him over the guardrail into the ring, and then I was talking about how he survived leukemia, and he did.
Really?
This is a true story. He is a leukemia survivor. This
I
kid
didn't know any of this.
is an amazing individual. This kid, and how somebody like me, a superhero, is looked up upon, but how his story is something that I think should be looked upon in the highest of esteem. And then, of course, Joe Ace cuts it out. He says, I'm going to beat up this little kid if you don't get him out of the ring and all this. But yes, I used him as a prop. Watching him blossom into the performer he's starting to blossom into, for me, it's like being a dad. I have a tear in my eye. I absolutely 100% agree with you. Him and Donnie Dixon will be definitely, Johnny and Donnie will definitely be up there for tag team.
I really think, look out, they're gonna do a lot of good stuff.
So definitely going to be interesting. I have a prediction too.
What's that?
I will once again be host of the year. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This has been
I don't think so.
the Smarkie nomination process show. We want to thank
I'm
you.
winning.
No, you're not. He's dropping his mic, but he's not winning. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I want to congratulate all of our nominees who have made it. Remember, voting opens up officially December 5th, and it ends midnight January 5th. So make sure you get your vote in once it starts.
Oh, one
happening.
quick thing about the award show.
What's that quick thing?
We'll talk about it next week.
Okay, we're going to talk about it next week. Like, subscribe, do the damn it. This has been Running Radio. Like us on Twitter, on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, Grindr. Name your Pokemon after one of us. It doesn't matter. Do what you got to do. Thank you for tuning in. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you for the guys over at QuickCast, especially John, who's been Grumpy John all night.
Casting quicker than any other caster around.
Yes, yelling at Wagner like nobody's ever yelled at Wagner before. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, remember, #change the culture. We'll see you guys next week.
Get in, get over.